Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. You want to give it a go?
Your name's Yvie Jones and you are a hoe.
I am a hoe. Thank you.
For sure.
I'm Yvie and I'm recording from Wurundjeri country. Where are you at, girl?
I'm Angie and I'm recording from Gadigal land.
It's a lovely land to be recording in.
Is it?
Yep.
Nah, it is. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'm blessed. I'm
Pretty
too blessed
wet.
to stress even.
That's right. Can I just say,
I'm sure. Whatever you want.
do you remember the dog car?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the dog car? When we were on Gogglebox, I bought a car because we had so many dogs. Everyone knows this. I was so sick to death of putting dogs into my really nice car.
Yeah.
And
that was
trashing
new.
it. Yeah, it was. And so I decided to just look for a car.
Yeah.
And I found the car of all cars. It was $2,000. It was from 1997. It was a Mazda Metro. It had one lady owner. You know, that never happens. One lady owner for 22 years who had serviced it every 6 months and had the proof. It was a wad of papers. It only had 100,000 Ks on it in those 22 years.
That's insane.
And it was insane. So, and it's all got the original parts on it. So I got the car and it was the best car. The first day I drove all the dogs in it, I took a photo of the front and the side and all the dogs in it and everyone's having a really good time. We got this absolute balker of a photo of this chonk sitting in the back seat of that car because that time of life, I don't know what possessed me to do this, but I would give the dogs barbecued chicken every night.
Oh, chooks for days. Would give them birthday chooks too.
Yeah. And Sissy would always get the what's the stuffing?
Yeah, the stuff.
So she was chonkers.
She
She
was a big
she's
girl.
a chonk anyway, but she was extra chonk. And
She went through the chubbiest stage. People would stop us in the streets like we had like abused her, like we were such bad owners because we let her get so obese.
So obese. She was so obese. And there's this photo of her in the back seat of the dog car. And it's seriously still one of the best photos in the world. The photos of the car, but I went in on it and found Chonka's face. Like, she looks like a baby that's just the happiest baby in the world.
Yeah.
And I sent that to Angie at the time, and we've lived off that.
Oh.
We've lived off that image for a really long time.
It lives rent-free in our little noggins, doesn't it, girlfriend?
Yeah, so I sent it to you again today.
I
and
loved
said,
it.
never forget.
Lest we
and you
forget.
wrote back, lest we, which please don't come at us for using that term. Because the dog car, when I moved to Melbourne, I took it up to my dad's and it was there. And the funny thing is my brother and his family, they are really like middle-class bogan, you know, they have all these things that they can't afford and, you know, that kind of stuff. So I said to everyone, look, the dog car's here, so just use it if anyone needs it. Everyone turned their nose up at it. I was like, oh, God.
They're like,
as if. That's not a Range Rover. We drove Range Rovers. And everyone since has used it and texted me at some point going, this is the best car I've ever driven. I'm like, right? It is the best car ever. Like, you've never driven it because it's a manual, but you must give it a go one day. Well, you've just refused to ever drive a manual in front of me.
Yeah, that's because I get a little bit nervous, me.
It's okay. You don't have to be nervous. I will laugh at your bad driving skills and it's okay. We'll have a laugh together.
That's probably why I get nervous.
Yeah, and that's fun for me. Might not be fun for you, but it's fun for me. And isn't that all that matters?
I mean,
me laughing at your manual driving skills.
It's Yvie Jones's world and we're just living in it.
It's actually Sissy's world and we're living in that. So guess what?
Yeah, got what?
Dog car's coming to Melbourne.
The
On
dog
the back of
car's
a truck right now.
back, baby. You love this car so much. It only cost you $2,000 hairs that you're literally going to put it in the back of a truck that's probably going to cost you $2,000 hairs.
It's cost $900 to put it on the back of a truck, which with petrol today would have taken about that much to get it down if I'd driven it, which I'm never going to do. I'll never, ever go over 100 kilometres in it, just in case. I'm sure you could, but wouldn't. So it's costing.
Back. So you're doing that
baby.
because you're sick of the dogs being dirty all in your car?
I'm going to go and get my car. I was thinking of trading in my car, but I'm like, I'm going to give it another 2, maybe years of this car. It's a really good car. I just need to get it detailed and it'll come up. Oh, it'll come up a cropper. I tell you right now.
Get rid of that stank.
Get rid of that stank.
Bring
back.
you.
And I thought, because my dad has dementia and he lost his license recently. So we had to take the car away from the house, both of his car and the dog car. And it was really quite a heartbreaking thing to do because he knew his car had gone, but he thought he had the dog car. And then he opened the garage one day, the other side of the garage, and saw
You can't be.
dog car is good as well. So I gave it to a friend and they all have a car each, so they weren't using it. And I was thinking the other night, what am I doing? I've got a spare permit.
Bring it back.
And I rent a space next door, car space. I've got total room for this car. I could have a dog car back again. We could have chunkers in the back of the dog car again and take another photo.
Oh, make her have the best day ever.
And I think Autumn would love it too.
Oh, she would. And look, it'll just keep that ratchet smell out of that car and the world will make sense once again.
Once more.
I'm so
That's
happy
so
for
true.
you. Look, Yvie, I'm
really
just happy
that
you're happy.
Thank you, because you know what? We're just living in my world, mine and Chonka's world. I think maybe change Sissy's name to Chonk. I love that
Chonky
name
Bean.
so much.
She's such a chonker. It's like
She's the best
chonky,
chonker.
but it's with an accent like a chunk.
Yeah, Chonk. I've been going flying for the last 5 weeks, like full on 6 weeks, and finally did my last flight yesterday, and now I'm just doing all VOs from Melbourne.
Oh, thank God.
But I got home and I looked at Sissy and I was like, you're older.
Yeah.
Like I really noticed her older, and we spooned in bed last night and she gets so spoony with me. She's never been a spoony
She's
dog.
not very, super affectionate, is she?
No, but she is now.
She is to
lets me
some
know.
degree.
And I'm like, please, and I whisper in her ear, please stay with me forever.
Oh, God. I don't even want to think about her not being here. It actually makes me feel
neither.
physically sick.
Physically ill. Like I couldn't, I can't, I don't.
No,
never.
don't. Let's not, because that's just like a made-up story in our heads. It doesn't even exist right now. Like, let's
That's right.
just...
And I met a dog today in the dog park. She was the most beautiful bulldog, 12 years old.
And what's Sissy now?
8.
Okay, well, we've still got heaps of time.
Heaps.
Heaps and heaps. And hopefully she lives past 12. She could live till 15 even.
She could live to 85.
Well, 2 can only hope. No, more than 2. Everybody who meets her wishes that she's around forever.
She's such a human.
She's probably one of the best things in my life.
She's the best person you'll ever meet. And I'm a good person, but she's even better than me.
She is.
Showmancers. Ever heard one? I know you have.
Oh,
we'll get there in a minute.
Ever.
We'll get there in a minute. I just read an article from Vanity Fair. Kaylee Cuoco and Johnny Galecki, they are 2 actors that were on The Big Bang Theory.
Great
together.
names. Yes, know
I
them.
don't know what they play. Like, I've never really been in. I always watch Big Bang Theory just accidentally when it comes on after Friends.
Me
and
too.
I only ever get like the first 5 minutes of it. So I don't know who these people are or why anyone finds that show funny, but they do. And
She's
it's
like
done
the
really
hot
well.
girl and he's like the nerdy. They're like the opposites. And then they like fall in love on the show and it was kind of like a weird one. And then they fell in love in real life. And was also a bit of a weird one.
Then they broke up, and then they reckoned that the writers wrote in more affection between the 2 characters who were still together on screen.
But not off screen, yeah.
The writers and the guy the creator of the show has completely denied that ever happened. But fans of the show have said, no, that totally happened. Like they had to kiss and cuddle a lot more.
Yeah, but wouldn't they, like, I feel like what you search for, you will find.
Exactly.
So
but
they probably felt uncomfortable, so it felt more.
Probably. Exactly.
And we would have been looking for it as audience members. Like, they're not together anymore. They're kissing. They're not together. Oh, that must be awkward. Like, what you search for, you'll find. It was probably exactly the same.
This is very true, Angela Bernice. But, you know, really the trajectory of the characters' love life may have been at the point where they were totally madly head over heels in love. So they would have been way more affectionate than they were in other seasons when they were. That's just what you get, I think, if you're going to fall in love with a co-star, if you're going to shit where you eat, you know, you're going to sometimes have to eat the shit, and it's not, you know, it's not great. So it got me thinking, so many people, so many co-stars have fallen in love on set. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about some of the ones that have worked really well and some of the ones that have gone tits up.
Yeah, let's do it. Get in there.
And we call this segment Co-Stars Who Fell in Love. Some were good and some went tits up.
So let's talk about a good one first.
Okay. One of the oldest ones in the world. Still together. Met on a film a million years ago.
Love it.
Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn.
Beautiful.
Still together.
Chef's
Never got
kiss.
married.
Love that
Never.
even more.
And when you talk to them in interviews and say, what's the secret to your marriage, they say laughter and never getting married.
Yes. Tick, tick. Two
Tick,
great
tick, tick.
love advices.
Yeah, they still look so into each other.
But
They're
he's not her, Kate Hudson's dad.
No. Someone Hudson is.
Oh, yeah, because Goldie Hawn. That was a stupid
Sorry.
question.
It's okay.
Sorry
his
about that,
kid
everybody.
He's now quite a big star in his own right.
Oh, there you go.
Who else have you got? You give me one.
So Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst. The two had an instant connection when filming the show Fargo. We fell in love creatively first. Kirsten told the LA Times in 2021, he was like a creative soulmate to me and the way we both work. So she knew after 2 weeks. She knew straight away that they haven't been together that long though. So this is a bit boring.
No, but they are together and it is working. And they were both in The Power of the Dog, which is one of the best movies I've ever seen, Jane Campion's new film. And they are such great actors. And they were also she just did a series that was set in the 80s. It was so good. I can't remember what it was, but he was in it again. You know, they're going to be like one of those couples that you just see them in everything together.
Yes.
You know those couples? Because they worked well together.
Bless.
And I guess they can have their family life. That way I don't even know if they have children, but good on them if they do. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
I was about to say that's another good one. And Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Theirs is a great little story because that 70s show never really got together. Then he went off and married Old Love, who...
Oh, yeah. Literally Old Love.
Demi Moore, and everybody was like age difference. And then after all those years, they found Mila Kunis and Ashton found each other, and now they have babies together.
And they're very happy together. That is one coupledom that really seems down to earth to me.
Yeah. They've
Really
kind
down
of,
to earth.
and they've kind of stayed out of the spotlight, but they met on set years ago, though. And
they
then
were the best characters.
Yes. That's actually a really good little tale I'd like to deep dive into more one day.
We should. What about Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling?
Yep, that's another goodie. But Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams first were together on The Notebook and stayed together for years. And then he was on set with Eva Mendes, and they're still together though.
They are.
A cute
She's
one.
gorgeous. He's gorgeous. Do you know he used to date Sandra Bullock?
Random.
He was in one of his first films. He was a baby, and she was like really much older than him. But she just thought he was, and he had so much respect for her as, a woman.
Cougar Town.
A woman. I like this one. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr.
That is
That's another one.
They have been together forever and you never hear about them.
No, very down to earth.
And they were 90s like icons. Like everybody loved her, everybody loved him. And then they kind of just like disappeared. She still does a bit here and there and he kind of just like disappeared. But he was in everything.
Yes, they both were. Like they were the actors separately, and then they did Scooby-Doo together and fell in love. And they've been together ever since. And they've never, there's nothing salacious about them. They're just really in love couple, and like she's best friends with Salma Hayek, not Salma Hayek, the one who has MS. I love her so much.
Selma Blair?
Selma Blair, yeah.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
And, they've just had this beautiful friendship that makes me think, oh my God, she's because Selma is such an awesome person that you think Michelle obviously is an awesome person as well.
They probably met on the set of Cruel Intentions when they were both babies.
Yeah, they did.
And they hate each other on that.
Since. Yeah, and they kissed on that too.
They did. That sexy spit pash.
The Rachel Weisz and Daniel Craig, that's an odd one. Daniel Craig is this 007 and Rachel Weisz is this incredible kind of an indie actress, really. I mean, she's done a lot of big movies. Like she started in Brendan, everyone needs to save him at all costs. What's his name? Our beautiful Brendan, Brendan Fraser. Yeah, she started off in The Mummy with that. Like, so she was a bit of a blockbuster, but then she just chose extremely good roles to show her acting chops, really. And she's ended up with him, and I think that's an odd one, but, love is love.
Opposites attract, Evie Jones.
It's a song by Paula Abdul with an animated cat.
Opposites attract. No, wait, how does it go again?
Opposites attract. 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. You come together 'cause opposites attract. It ain't something, it's a fashion of mine. Oh, just making up my words. That song was
I think I mixed mine. It was
good on her. Number one hit for a long
Shout out to our girl, Paula, if you're listening.
P.A. Paula Abdul.
All right, let's talk about the ones that are broken up. This is a fun time. Well, the biggest one that would certainly pop into our little minds straight away is good old Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They started hooking up while filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And, of course, at the time, Brad was married to Jennifer Aniston, patron saint for basic white girls, quite like myself at the time. Brad and Angelina, 12 years, long time. Angelina filed for divorce in 2016, sad one, and now they've got this like big blow up. But they met, on the sexy set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and that was electricity.
Yeah, shit movie, sexy chemistry. Before she was with him and he left his wife, she was with Billy Bob Thornton, who left his then fiance.
Yeah, she's
Laura
good at it.
Dern, who he left. This is her quote in an interview. My fiance left our house to go and make a movie and I've never seen him again.
Angela, the power of the Jolie.
The power of the Jolie.
Anyway, they're Dunskies. What's another one?
Ones that have gone back. Well, Jennifer Lopez and Ben.
Yes.
Ben, whatever his name is.
Affleck.
They broke up the day before. Like, they called off their wedding the day before.
Wow.
Like, that was quite, and then they probably didn't talk for a really long time. Neck minute, reunited, even more of a neck minute, married.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Why not?
So that was one that went bad and one that went really good. And they did a really bad movie together called Jiggly, and it was awful. And then they did a really good movie, but she was only in it for 5 minutes. So that's probably why it was so good. I don't know.
You don't care for her acting skills?
Yeah. No, I think she's actually a great actor.
She's always the same, but they pay the bills.
Jenny from the block.
She is Jenny.
She used to have a little, now she has a lot. I mean, a lot.
Wait.
And you should see the rocks that she's got.
She's still Jenny from the block. I want to say a couple more. Katy Perry and Russell Brand, they met. I didn't know that Perry was filming a cameo in Get Him to the Greek. I don't remember her in Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah, that's because that was such an awful movie.
No, I loved
everyone
it.
has just. Well, you didn't.
I did.
Because you don't remember her in it.
I loved that movie. It's so... Mum, stop bullying my mates. I love that movie. So they got engaged. This relationship was dog shit.
India, didn't they?
They got engaged after 4 months of dating and broke up after a year of marriage. Boring. Rachael Bilson.
No. Can I just go back to that one? Did you watch her documentary?
No, I don't like.
Okay,
she's boring to me.
That is actually one of the best documentaries I've ever seen, and it will change everything you think about Katy Perry.
I don't not like her. I just find
I was the same. No, exactly the same, and it was just out at the time, and people said it was really good, so I watched it. Huge fan not of her music, of her.
Her music
as a person,
ghastly.
And her as a worker, and her who has gotten where she's gotten.
Go off, Tiny Queen.
But she gets the text message. And the cameras are on filming her.
When he wants to break up.
He's broken up with her via text message and she gets it.
He is a piece of shit. Have you seen all the stuff he's doing online with COVID? Yeah. And he's so annoying now.
I know. But look, can you please watch this documentary?
Okay, I'll watch it tonight. What's it on?
Tell me, it's on TV. And tell me after you get to the part where she's sitting in a makeup chair and she can't stop crying. She can't stop it. She can't.
That's horrendous.
And every time, she's on tour. She's on tour when he breaks up with her. And she has to keep doing these performances. And before she goes out, she's bawling her eyes out.
Well, don't ruin it, please.
No,
you just told me to watch it. Now you're telling me blow by blows.
When you see what she does
I believe you.
Herself.
I put it on my list. And you know what, though?
Watch it tonight.
I will, okay. But sad one for her. Who the hell marries that love-bombing narcissist Russell Brand after 4 months? Like, girl, do the work.
I would.
Gross. Rachael Bilson and Adam Brody, that was a cute couple. That was.
Are they not together?
No, he's with Leighton Meester now, and who looks exactly like Rachael Bilson, mind you. They were.
Whatever happened to Rachael Bilson?
She does a bunch of stuff. Like she does that. What's that?
Exactly.
Something
That's
Chicks.
my point.
Heart of Dixie.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she had her own show.
I thought that was Leighton Meester. See, they really do.
They look exactly the same. He has a type. Older.
He's got a type. Oh, we've all got a type.
I don't.
Oh, speaking of a type, Angie.
Yeah.
You know what my type is?
Russell Brand.
Yeah, and like Sacha Baron Cohen, just that tall,
dark,
kind of brown man, like Afghanistani, Iraqi kind of look with light eyes. I was on set the other day. I forgot to tell you I filmed a new TV show for Channel 7, a sitcom, and I'm only in it for 4 episodes. So I just filmed in the one day all of my episodes.
Oh,
and
this
the
is
sound
brand new
guy,
information to me.
I know. I've been meaning to tell you. The sound guy, I could not take my eyes off this man. He was exactly what I like, and he dressed really cool, and he was so hot, and I just they had to keep resetting shots and everything, and I just stared at him the entire time. He didn't stare back, but I just stared at him going like I was having actual fantasies about this man.
Yum.
Anyway, at the end of the day, he was so lovely. I had a Canadian or American accent, and he said to me, "Hey, you have that podcast with Angie, right?" And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's a really good podcast." And I was like,
cute vibes.
"Do you listen to it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I've listened to it a few times." He goes, "My partner knows Angie really well."
Who?
And I went, "Who?" And he goes, "Lauren." I'm like, "Yeah, right. I said they did a movie together." And he's like,
Lauren's
"Yeah."
partner.
I don't know that we should have said all of that on air, but we have. And that's the kind of podcast we have, listeners.
You said her whole last name too. Lauren.
Yeah. Well, she's an actress. She's a very well-known actress. Anyway, I think that's us for today. I think we've spoken more than enough words into each other's ear holes.
I do too.
Tell Lauren her partner is hot and, oh my God,
What's his name? Yum. Yummy,
I
yummy,
thought
yummy.
I was done, Angie. I thought,
Did he give you fanny flutters?
yeah, I haven't met anyone in,
Forever.
well, at least 2 years. You know, that's given me a flutter.
we don't even want to go.
Don't even want to go
To
there.
the last
Jesus,
person that
let's
gave
not
you a
even,
flutter.
please. Flutter just gave me bloody something. Right?
Oh, God,
Anyway.
he gave you a long, necessary therapy bill that you didn't even go get.
Didn't even ask for. Thanks.
And sister had enough therapy,
No.
so.
And exactly, I don't need it at this time of my life.
God, no. She's
So
done
what
the
I
work.
do need is everyone to have a great. Oh my God! Stop swearing.
Yeah.
Everyone to have a great day. Not only a great day, but a day that you deserve because you're a great person. I hope you're a great person. I hope you're doing really nice things to people. Remember to do something nice for yourself and do something nice for someone else because it feels good.
Oh, what a beautiful little outline. What do you call those?
Outro.
Outro, not outline. Sorry about that. That was really nice. Yeah, and you know what? You go out there and you find yourself your type on paper and you have weird little feelings in your fanny like Yvie does about them. And you also have the day that you deserve.
And we love you.
Okay, see you next time. Bye. Oh, your type on paper is Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
The real Jesus, not
So-
the white one.
No, yeah, the real Jesus, the black Jesus.
Jesus loves you.
Thanks
he
for
loves
coming.
me. And he would have totally been with me because he was with everyone. Woo! Bye.
Woo! Sesame Jesus.
That's the best new saying in the world. Sesame Jesus!